A piece of high-voltage electrical equipment failed last night, causing a brief power outage in parts of the city.
It happened at a substation in Vinegar Hill, Brooklyn. The FDNY says that it responded to more than 100 calls for stuck elevators. CBS 2's Alice Gaynor has more now on what went wrong.
Smoke rises above the Farragut substation where Con Edison employees were restoring a transmission line when a piece of high-voltage electrical equipment failed. It caused a voltage dip only briefly.
Caused a large flash that was seen by some residents around the neighborhood.
And in some instances, it was also felt. This super describes shaking in his building on nearby John Street just before midnight.
They move little.
They had safety protections in place, similar to circuit breakers in your home, but on a much larger scale. They were able to isolate that issue almost immediately.
The president of Con Ed says power was only impacted for a fraction of a second, but it caused longer issues for elevators citywide.
Electrical equipment for things like elevators, escalators sometimes is sensitive to momentary fluctuation of power and will reset, and then sometimes the systems need to be reset.
Video shows FDNY members rescuing a security guard trapped inside a Wegmans elevator. Witnesses believe he was in there for an hour. Elevators at Penn Station and Grand Central were out for about 3 hours. There were also issues at subway stations.
We're 178 elevators and escalators taken out or impacted, and there were 2 folks who got stuck in elevators.
According to the FDNY, between 11 p.m. Thursday night and 2 a.m. Friday, they responded to 137 calls for a stuck elevator, most with people inside. For perspective, that same 3-hour window period normally gets about 15 elevator calls, they say, with an average of 80 calls in a 24-hour period. There were delays on subways, too, due to sporadic signal issues and blown fuses, but those issues have since been addressed. Officials say something like this is a rare occurrence.
Thank God there was no loss of life that was connected to this.
Alice Gaynor, CBS 2 News.